What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another video for Summoner's War Lost Centuria. In today's video, I'm super excited to bring you guys the ultimate tier list for Lost Centuria. So in order to help me out with that, once again, is our top 100 player, Play Nick. Nick is back at it again. Nick, how are we doing today, boss?
We're doing good. I'm excited to talk about the tier list with everybody.
I know, right? It's been so long since we've connected, right? A whole, what, 22 seconds or something like that?
Yeah.
Got the same shirt on. I promise you guys, I do take showers. No, we're just taking the time out of our day to record a couple of videos for you on the fly so that we have some content for you out there later this week. But yeah, that being said, though, again, this is super cool. I had a chance to connect with Nick here and talk about this tier list. Now, a lot of people have seen tier lists for a multitude of games, but this one I feel like is going to be super unique because even though you guys can see it right now here on the screen, there's a lot of stuff that we can get into. But you know, the thing about it is, when it comes to tier lists, is that what I find super unique is the units that you already, not really so much the units that you kind of know already, like at the top ranks or whatnot, but some of the units out there that may not be, they're kind of underrated. They're kind of the underdogs, you know, they might have been overlooked. So that's what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to talk with Nick and drop, you know, his top 3 lists as far as the underrated and overlooked units. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some questions, you know, there and kind of decide here. But before we get into that, let's preface this with Nick. You stated that you connected with a handful of top 100 players to create this tier list. Can you tell us a little bit about how did you end up coming out with this list? You know, what was it? Was it based on, you know, mana rank? Was it based on the versatility of the unit? Like, what was the reason that you ranked specific units over others?
So yeah, that's a really good question. And how I value a unit is basically we talk about stats for what their purpose is. We talk about mana costs. We talk about what their skill does, and we talk about their skill gems and who they're competing against for the spot on the team, which is also very important.
Sure.
And all that together creates a value of a unit. If you mix all of that together, it's not just, oh, he does a lot of damage, but he's also 5 costs and his gems suck. So he's actually not that good if you value all that together in a team comp. So everything I think together really shows how strong a unit is and how, I guess, efficient and consistent he will be when you use him or her.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. And I, you know, when I first initially took a look at it, I was like, is there a mistake on this? Because I'm seeing like 3 Ramagos, 3 Recons, but it's like you said before, you know, not only the importance of the unit, what it provides, but also the bonus of the skill stone too can, you know, basically, you know, move it up or down in rank here. So that's pretty cool how you kind of got that laid out here. It kind of makes me a little sad in the face that I haven't gotten as many skill stones as most people here. So I got the units for certain ones, but I definitely don't got the skill stones to make it happen here. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Why don't you give me one of those 3 units out there that you feel is underrated and overlooked in the Lost Centuria fam here?
Yeah, 100%. So my number one, I think, underrated unit that people don't use enough is Kali. She's the kind of like red crystal-like character. Her green skill gem you'll see is in the SS tier. She's super strong. The meta is infested with Coombs. It's infested with Jeans, Lapis. A lot of these kind of 1v4 carries. And Kali comes in there and says, you're not allowed to 1v4 carry anymore. I make you unrecoverable. I have one of the highest single target attack stats in the game. And I ignore defense.
Right.
At a 3 mana cost, which is ridiculous, you know? So
Right.
Coombs 4 mana cost, but he won't be able to heal anymore. And if he uses it and you use 3 mana, you completely countered his 1v4 potential for 1 mana less. And you ignore any Shannon buffs and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a no-brainer to be running Kali in a comp, especially if it's not like a specific comp, like a dot comp, just running in if you have kind of like a very balanced comp. Just a no-brainer. Super strong. And skill gems, I have to refresh myself super quick.
Yeah, I got them up here too as well, if you can see them.
You got them up? Okay, yeah, perfect. So yeah, so the unrecoverable one is kind of like okay, but the 20% is the big one, and it's easier to get because it's green. That's like the big money one. If you get it, already one of the highest DP single target DPSs in the game, adding 20% damage is a no-brainer. So that's why it's so high up with that gem. Even if you don't have the gem, a 3 mana cost unrecoverable in the current state of the game is already high value with the highest single target attacks. So yeah.
Yeah, very, very nice indeed. And since we're kind of on the topic here, we're only focusing on 3 units. I feel like we can add a little bit more value for the people out there that do have this unit, want to incorporate it. You know, when it comes to a unit like this, ignore defense and being able to do a ton amount of damage, you know, the crit, being able to crit on this unit is extremely important. So Are you one of the people that are just like, throw whatever fatal set you got on there, or do you say to them, hey, go and craft some blade runes, get that additional 20%, make this one a little bit more reliable?
So I'm the kind of person that throws whatever fails that you got on it, get
Okay,
the attack as high. I find crit sets are a super late game thing once you can min max the crit substats of the
sure.
other two runes, as well. So that's something unless you get beautiful like crits and it keeps leveling up crit rate. It will be a feel bad if you don't crit 3 times in a row when you can get
Right,
a guaranteed fatal damage boost. So that's kind of
sure.
where I'm at right now with
Right.
Blade versus Fatal.
And another random question to kind of throw your way as well. This is just, it's a single ignore defense kind of unit. Could you make an argument for a unit like Lucian per se that has multi-hidden abilities to have a little bit higher crit rate so he can have a little bit more consistent crit damage? What do you think?
Yeah, so they don't compete for the same slot. So
Gotcha.
Kali competes for the slot that Lapis or Kun competes for, and you
Okay.
run it at the end to counter to protect your team. I always like to keep 1 to 2 slots that are specifically for dealing with comps that you struggle against or things that could be a problem. And one of those slots I put Kali in usually. Um, and that would be for that to handle Coombs, to handle Jeans, to handle those things that could be big problems that will 1v4 your backline at the end of the game if you don't have an answer for it.
Right.
So yeah.
Very, very
So I
interesting.
don't think they compete. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's go to that second unit that we're going to be looking at on the tier list for underrated and overlooked.
Cool. Yeah. So one that I'd say is probably underrated is probably Ramagos. All my team comps that I do has Ramagos in it as my fun slot. He has the highest health, if I'm not mistaken, the highest base health, even higher than Perna if you count the 50% Perna gets from reviving.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ramagos is still higher. So he's one of the best meat shields in the game. People use Rakan a lot. I'm just thinking why Rakan is weaker and is 1 mana cost higher for immunity for himself, which is not really worth it.
Right.
So Rama goes, if you do happen to need to use him to waste a card, he's cheaper and he'll heal himself and tank more. So it's just free value if you had to use him. I use him maybe once every 10 games. But when it does, I don't feel like I wasted 4 mana. I still get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you take the defense up to tank longer for autos or you get the heal to tank more as well, there's a lot of flexibility there with his gems. But I would take the defense up or the heal, the gray ones personally.
Yeah. I unfortunately haven't been able to get anything else other than the gray one here, but I tell you what, that gray one, it's way
Yeah.
stronger than people think, man. It is just
Yes.
crazy good. Funny enough, I'm actually a little low key, a little upset because like 30 minutes prior to recording, I ended up doing a match where I was using Lucian trying to do a comp, and nothing was working for me. But I ended up somehow managing to effectively use Ramagos like perfectly, which I basically like 1v4'd somebody with Ramagos. It was crazy. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
They had nothing
Yeah.
on
He
me.
can really come in clutch.
Yeah.
I love that unit. I think people should be using him, even if it's just for meat shields, more and more into that front slot. It's just a
Hmm.
no-brainer, unless you're running a CC comp and you want the ice golem.
Yep, for sure. And then of course, in
So,
addition to that, it's a super, it's a free to play unit. So this is something you're be able to get a lot of cards for. This is something that you can get donated from your clanmates. So
yep.
like I said, I'm literally 1 card away from getting myself level 10 rank. I'm actually really excited about that.
Oh yeah, super high priority donation unit for sure. One of my top 3 for donations. He's up there with Collie and Megan for my donation priorities.
Gotcha. Really, really
So yeah.
cool. So again, this one here is a no-brainer. We're going, triple energy here once we get the better runes. And anything you wanted to add to that as well?
I run energy, get as much health as possible. Percent health is great for the unit that has the highest base health stat in the game.
Hmm.
So for me, it's no brainer to run energy. But as the meta develops and we can start min-maxing runes with some of the more expensive set, I could see other stuff working out. Maybe immunity stalling.
Yep.
That could be potentially a cool thing. But for now, I just farm the first line of runes. For
Yeah.
anybody that it's your first month of playing, just farm the first line of runes because it's like swiftness, energy, and fatal. It's just too good.
Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah,
a
I was
safe
gonna say
bet.
I've already ran into a couple people that utilize Will on Ramagos here, and it was
Yep.
effective. There's a couple of times where I wanted to rock Kamoon or rock Kali, didn't do enough damage, had the unrecoverable, but would it land because he had the Will on it. So
Yep. Exactly.
sounds good. All right, and what's that third and final underrated and overlooked unit that you want to let people know?
Yeah, so that's a good one. So one that I'd say is probably kind of like underrated, is potentially Sophia. You don't see her used a lot. Um, she does have places where I wouldn't put her, but for the most part, her damage is ridiculously high for how much damage she does, especially with how many fire units are being run in the game right now. It's just really good. Sorry, I think water. My bad. She counters water, right?
Yeah, she counters water. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
But, Poseidon's really popular. Lapis is beyond popular. So she kind of just, even if you shield with Lapis, you can still take out the shield and then do health damage. You counter Wusa, who's water as well. There's a lot of units that are water, Soha, and they can get kind of annoying. And having Sophia's there is just kind of a no-brainer. If you see Lapis every second game, throw in a Sophia, and you probably won't be worried about Lapis as much anymore. So yeah, it's just like a safe thing. There's a lot of water units in the game. I think water and fire are probably the two most popular elements being used at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'd say. Just straight up to counter the meta, she's kind of a no-brainer. She has great single target damage and defense down after on top of it, so that unit's even harder for it to survive afterwards.
Yeah, I was taking a look at her skill stones as well. I mean, all three of them are fantastic, but that legendary one there, the passive that receives a card again with a 1 mana cost reduced.
Yes,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's really nice. I'd say that and the purple one are really strong. They're all really good. You can run. They're all S tier. Sophia's just like a solid unit. Right now, yellows are super hard to get. Most people don't have them. But if you do manage to get it, I mean, it's fantastic. Running at a 3 mana. And you get 40% chance to get it again. That's huge. Easily can clear out teams with that.
Yeah, that's great, and that's crazy to throw it out there because after seeing so many rates in this game and how easy it is to get everything on F5, I'm honestly kind of glad that you can't get every legendary card as well, or skill set as well. I'm glad that it's not just super easy to pull. So, is there anything else that you kind of wanted to add? Like any last words you want to send out to the community as far as this tier list goes?
Yeah, there's actually two things I want to say super quick. One, I forgot to say, Prilia is really good. She's a defense down frontline AoE unit. We don't have to look at her in super detail. If you have her as a free to play, she's great. Fantastic unit, super cheap budget, and surprising damage for what she offers. Yeah, she's wow. A unit to look at and try out. And one unit, stop using Rakan. I see people use Rakan so much. He is so bad.
Come on, Rakan's the best. You gotta use him. What's the matter with you, man?
5 cost to self-attack 2 up is like, you can just use Shannon and attack 2 up your whole team for 2 mana.
Provides the immunity for himself. It's so good.
For 4 mana, you can for 5 mana, you can provide immunity for your whole team.
Right.
It's just a big feel bad. He is so bad. They need to put him at 3 mana for him to be good.
Yeah.
For him to be viable. He's just too expensive for him to be good. Even as a meat shield, there's a million better options.
Right.
So yeah. So stop using a Rakan. Just use something else. There's maybe one team comp where you build specifically around Rakan that you can run, and even then, it's probably a B tier team comp at best.
There you go. Well, hey, you better write that team down, because there's going to be somebody out there that wasn't lucky at all, but they did get 14 copies of Rakan. They're going to be looking for that video down the road on your channel. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make a Rakan team comp just for the people that are huge Rakan fans.
Yeah. Crushing the diamond players with Rakan. There it is. There's the title. Easy game.
D rank 2 diamond.
Right.
Comp, but I'll run it anyway.
Yeah. Have fun with it. Well, all right, my man. As far as that goes, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with the people that are watching, on behalf of the people that are watching right now, and of course on behalf of Vulcan and whatnot. I'm just blown away at the amount of knowledge you have, the way you project it. Super confident. Not wasting any time. You're really good at this, and I'm really excited to see you do your thing on YouTube, man. It's gonna be a pleasure to watch you grow. I can't wait to see you, man. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy. And for those of you guys out there, if you can help me out right now, do me a favor, show your support. Head on over to the YouTube description down below. I got a link for his channel right now. At the time of this recording, it is he's sitting at 715 subscribers. So if you guys want to show your support by heading on over there and get him up to 1K, I will do a $25 gift card giveaway that will sponsor on his channel. So if you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it, fam. Okay. All right.
That's so nice of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for your support. It's your boy Childish and Nico Play Nick with ChildishPlays checking it out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. We're out.